my dad. Dad, really good to have you here. We'll be reviewing a fragrance from Floris. The fragrance is called number 89. Stay tuned to hear our thoughts on this fragrance. Hello everyone, Raj here. I hope all of you are doing well. So I'm joined by my dad. Really good to have you back on the channel. You've been on the channel, I think, 3 times now, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
3 times. The first time, I will leave the link down below to all those videos. The first time we did, it was your collection video.
Yeah.
And then we also spoke about Clive Christian's X for Men. We did a review on Almond Jane.
Almond Jane,
which
yes.
you still like.
Yeah.
Still like that one. And so today, another British house actually, from the house of Floris. This is actually an older bottle, and this fragrance is called number 89. This is the 30 ml. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the fragrance, but before I get into that, what I'd be interested to hear, and I think what a lot of other people out there watching would be interested to hear, is how did you discover the House of Floris? Because they're a historic house based here in central London. Yeah.
I think I stumbled upon the House of Floris just by accident. Rajiv, as you know, I smoke a pipe.
Yeah.
And not that I'm advocating smoking, but I used to work in a bank Monday to Friday.
Okay.
And on Saturday, I used to go and get my pipe tobacco at Dunhill's in St. James's, in Duke Street, St. James's.
Yeah, okay.
And my normal routine was to spend an hour or so in Dunhill's shop.
Yeah.
They had the pipe tobacco and cigar department on the first floor.
Okay.
So I used to spend an hour there. And after purchasing my tin of pipe tobacco, I would walk down Jermyn Street in St. James's.
Yeah.
And there is an Italian restaurant where I would have breakfast. So on this particular Saturday, I did whatever I had to do at Dunhill's shop. And I was walking down Jermyn Street looking forward to my brunch or breakfast of scrambled eggs.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Thick white toast with lashings of butter and double espresso.
Perfect.
So I was looking forward to this breakfast, and I was walking down Jermyn Street. I passed a shop and there was a waft of sweet smell, perfumey fragrance coming from the shop. And I said, hang on a minute, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I turned back, and before entering the shop, I looked up, and there it says House of Floris, 1732 or 1741, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it says, by appointment, perfumers to Her Majesty the Queen.
And that's what you can see actually on the bottle. That's the that's what you'll see right here. So they've got this royal warrant. Yeah, Her Majesty the Queen and Prince of Wales also.
Right. So I went in, and Rajiv, I don't know, have you ever watched the Waltons? There's an American program.
I've seen like clips.
Yeah, it doesn't come on television anymore. But
Yeah,
I used to watch Waltons, an old-fashioned American program.
Yeah.
And in there is a shopkeeper. I forget his name now. Every time the Walton boys and girls used to go in that shop and buy things. And this Floris shop reminded me of that. It's an old-fashioned shop.
Yeah,
Nothing is
it is.
displayed outside.
Yeah.
You have to ask for the items.
Right.
Unlike a typical shopping mall shop where everything is out there, here you have to ask. And there were little cabinets, glass cabinets. And the thing which, and anyway, to cut a long story short, a lady behind the counter showed me this perfume.
Yeah.
I had a quick spray on my wrist, and I said to myself, yes. You know how it is, Rajiv?
When you know straight away, like that's the one.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you meet certain people, are you in a party or in an office, and you just feel good with them. Or it doesn't have to be people. When you go on a holiday or some building somewhere. I mean, I always feel good in a bookshop. I like the smell of books.
Yeah.
And you feel good. And that was the overwhelming feeling I had with this. I feel good with this.
So it's like a reassuring kind of scent. You felt very comfortable with it straight away.
Yeah, the thing is, Rajiv, you and your friends out there in the world of perfumes, you examine your notes and the top note, but I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
I just know I feel good with this, I can live with this. And that's my criteria.
And I think that's totally fine. I mean, yeah, as you said, we go into a lot of detail, and I will mention a few of the notes here in this video, but sometimes just spraying something on and just not even having to think about it, you just know that this is a great classic scent. It's going to be with you for pretty much most of the day, and I think that's exactly what you get with this fragrance.
I think sometimes nowadays there is a tendency to overanalyze everything, not only perfumes but food, car, clothing, everything. You analyze it to the nth degree.
Yeah.
And I think in doing that, the innocence behind is sometimes lost.
Sure.
Sometimes silence is golden. Keep quiet and just enjoy the damn thing as it is.
Sure. I mean, this fragrance, it has that feel of being quite, it's understated, but it still has that strong presence. You don't need a fragrance to shout for you. This is very much when people do come close, they will get that whiff, and it's very classy. It's a really classy fragrance. I think what we'll do now is that we'll just go on to some of the notes. The fragrance is actually created in 1951, so it's been a really long time.
Well, I was born in 1952, so
there you go. It would be good actually if this was actually in your birth year.
Yes,
that would have been pretty fun. So, fragrance notes. In the top notes, there's bergamot, lavender, neroli, nutmeg, orange, petitgrain. In the heart notes, there's orris, geranium, rose, and ylang-ylang, so quite floral. And in the base notes, there's cedarwood, musk, oak moss, sandalwood, and vetiver. So, to some people, that might not mean a lot. If I know, obviously, you don't like to go into notes and all that, but if you had to sort of put a few words on how you would describe the fragrance, what would you say?
Just imagine it has a light shower, a light rain in the woods, in the forest clearing nearby you. That woody smell, I get.
Okay.
Sophisticated, classic.
Fine.
And as I said earlier, I just feel comfortable. I feel, a lot of perfumes nowadays, you feel as if some chemistry student has put it together in his backroom lab.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, for me with this one, I'm not going to go into huge amounts of detail. There is probably a lot that can be said about this fragrance, but for me, what it is, in the opening, it's quite a sharp orange, like almost orange marmalade. There is a floral heart that is quite classic, very much reminds me of Habit Rouge by Guerlain, Mouchoir de Monsieur, also by Guerlain, and also I would throw in Frederic Malle's Noir Épice, and it does have that kind of smell of, you mentioned books, but I get like mahogany, which is actually how the fragrances are stored in Floris, in those mahogany cabinets.
This perfume, as you know, Raju, my favorites are Givenchy and Chanel, the old ones, and this is number 3, as it were.
Okay.
These are classic, expensive, yes, but they show a pedigree, certain pedigree.
I think so. I think some people, to sort of counter what we've said so far, which is, on the whole positive, I would say, look, for some people, they might find this maybe a little bit old-fashioned or a little bit too fussy, maybe, perfumey. But it was made in the 50s. It's not a modern, like Davidoff's Cool Water, or Issey Miyake Pour-Homme. It's not that type of scent, but it takes you back to, when fragrances smell different. And it has a lot of character, which I really like in this fragrance. So,
see, the modern the marketing ploy is you put this on and you'll attract A, B, and C. Well, I don't want to attract anyone. I'm wearing this perfume for myself.
Perfect. That's absolutely bang on. I mean, we could I could go on about this fragrance and say a lot about it, but I think we've pretty much covered the main points, right? And, Floris, very old house. It's actually established by a Spaniard. And they've been around since, I think it was got the website in front of me. 1730. So that store on German Street, which I'll show some pictures, has, from what I could tell on the website, has been there since then.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful store.
Yeah.
It gives you a feeling of like a classy chemist's. You know, it's not showy, it's not shiny, and I think that pretty much sums up maybe this fragrance and generally the brand.
I think, Rajiv, if any of your friends abroad want to come over to London and visit Floris in Jermyn Street, then they can give us a ring. We will take them there and also treat them to a lovely breakfast at that Italian restaurant. Scrambled eggs, toast, double espresso coffee. It can't get better than that.
Well, there you go. I think that's a great way to end this video. Dad, thank you so much for coming back on the channel. Here we are in lockdown, and whatever situation you find yourselves in, guys, I hope you feel that you can get through this. And
keep your distance, wear a mask, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We'll get through it, but we need to stay united and cooperate with everyone.
Great. Well, I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Drop a comment down below. Have you heard of Floris? And as I said, I'll leave the link to previous videos that my dad's been in. So click, they'll all be down below. So yeah, go knock yourself out. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye.